RESA TV presents in 3, 2, 1, Dateline Schools with your host, Terry Harrington.
Well, this week on Dateline Schools, had the privilege of talking to Charles Andrews. He's the former superintendent of the Marysville Public Schools and also the current director of administrative services here at RESA. When the school year ends at the end of June, he will be walking out the door and looking ahead to retirement. And Charlie, we can all look back. We know hindsight's always 20/20, but if there's an opportunity, if you have a mulligan or to do a couple of things over again, any idea what you'd like to do differently?
Oh, Terry, I really tried to go through most of my career doing the best I could, making the best decisions I could, but also walking away from every situation that I was faced with thinking I tried my best and have no regrets. So I think that I really don't have an answer for that, because I think I've given good service. I think I've brought value to every place I've been, but every one of those places, every one of those school districts, every one of those people that I've had an opportunity to work with have brought value to me in my life.
Mm-hmm. Now looking back, it's been 43 years since you started education. It's really changed quite a bit since you started, hasn't it?
Oh, that's tremendous changes, and they seem to escalate and continue every year, Terry. Not only the technology, but the learning opportunities for youngsters. But unfortunately, some of those changes I think are somewhat controversial and somewhat concerning on that. I don't think there's a lot of educators that really embrace the amount of assessments and testing that's underway now, and the state compliance guidelines and reporting seems to take away, I think, a lot of the creativity and a lot of the fun of being a classroom teacher, and that's a trend that I think is going to continue, and we're going to just have to deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Do you think, though, that the students are gaining more out of education than before, especially like with the technology and other things, the tools that they have today?
Well, I think they're learning differently. There's no question. They're learning differently. They're being faced with issues that we weren't faced with 10, 15, even 5 years ago. So when you look at those sort of changes, I think students are learning more earlier in their careers, in their classes, in their schoolwork. The curriculum is being pushed further into the elementary, further down into the grades, and I think it's a challenge for a lot of young people to be able to keep up with that sort of pace. But our country needs well-educated people. We need great teachers. We need good school districts, and hopefully that'll continue.
We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.